Hey, we are up, oh no, wow, why is it so redundant transition? I don't even know what that means. Why is it so dark? It was just so light a second ago. God, that's really aggravating. No, I'm not changing my video resolution. Man, it has been a heck of a morning so far. Um, got up at Well, let's start with the insanity of my neighborhood first. In fact, let me go to YouTube too and make sure this is working, which it probably is. Yeah. So last night, one of the neighbors down the street, somebody who was looking for. Wow, this is so dark. It was so much better before. One of my neighbors was or one of my neighbor's friends or associates was trying to get their attention at 1:50 in the morning, and they decided to honk on their horn endlessly in the most terrible way, like honk, 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 like just enough that made me want to get out there and tell them to shut the heck up. But not really a great idea. Um, anyways, yeah, not really a great idea. So that was super fun. And then the assholes, I guess, waited or did something, and then they honked their horn as they were driving off. It's like, dude, fuck you. People live here, you know? Fucking insanity. Um, but yeah, those neighbors in particular are, they're, I don't know what to say. They're really ghetto. They're really ghetto. Their yard looks like shit. They let their kids run it up and down the street in the middle of the street, no helmets, nothing. Um, Kind of stereotypical if I told you a little more about them, but I'm not going to talk about them that much more. So, I live in an interesting part of LA with a lot of interesting people, and I haven't quite regretted my home purchase yet, but let's just say I need to not spend too much time in this neighborhood, otherwise, I think I'm going to lose my mind. So, without further ado, let's get into some stuff. I have very important stuff to cover. And I could make a video about this. I mean, like a normal video, not a live video, but I'm trying to go live a little bit more often. Um, for one thing, it makes the upload a lot easier because I don't have to upload because it's uploading continuously. And the other thing is I want to try to get some more interaction from the community. I have, I don't know, 300 odd subs or 400. Wow, we're 44 subs away from 500 subscribers. So once we get to 1,000, I can stream from the YouTube app and not have to deal with this Streamlab nonsense. But continuing on, it's freaking flies. I saw a $1 fly, or no, it's like a $3 or $4 electric fly tennis racket at Harbor Freight. Ooh, I was this close to buying one. I think that would have been fun. But so update number one. Well, we're gonna start with some house updates. The cat war. I actually made a video about this. I haven't uploaded it yet. I was kind of 50-50 on it, wondering if people would get sensitive about me relocating stray cats. I hope not, but it's sort of the generally accepted practice of how to deal with stray cats. This isn't Australia, so we don't shoot them. But the cats in my neighborhood, there's a lot of stray cats. People feed them, which makes it even worse. They crap, spray, vomit, hairball all over the place, and then they fight with each other in the middle of the night. And I don't know if you ever heard cats fighting, but it's pretty horrific stuff. It's just like terrible. Like you know what they sound like, but it's pretty awful. I could do a better impression, but I think it might go through my cheap double pane windows. So we caught one stray cat. I relocated it about 6 blocks west. And I was telling my dad about it. He's like, should he really relocate a little further? And I'm like, well, if the cat can make it 5 blocks back, I figure, that's round one. If I catch the same cat again, maybe I'll go 10 blocks. I can't tag them, but I'd put collars on them just out of curiosity, but they'd probably bite my hand off. So we've relocated one cat. And I even bought some cat food and some cat treats, which I covered in another video that I haven't uploaded yet. Excuse me, to further attract these stray cats. There is a cat that my neighbor feeds, or my neighbor's mom feeds, and I'm still kind of 50-50 on whether or not I want to relocate it. It has sprayed my door a couple times, and that's probably not going to be in its favor if I ever catch it in the cage. But they make the dogs go crazy. I can deal with most of the cat stuff except the cat spraying, but the smell, I think this cat's been spraying at this house for like a long time, and it's a tomcat, it's not spayed, so yeah, I have no patience for stray cats. Sewer fun, update number 2. So I crawled under the house. Yesterday, I was dealing with pumping water, so I didn't want to... Let me get some headphones so I can check my audio real quick. My headphones are actually right here. So I was pumping some sewer water yesterday, so I didn't want to mess with the camera, because Lord help me if I drop that stupid thing in the... the dust and dirt down there is bad enough, but if I drop it under the house in the sewer water, I would never forgive myself. But let me just do a quick audio check. And we will go ahead and continue. All right, so sounds all right. We're getting a little bit of reverberation, but that's because I have a tile floor, so we'll just have to deal with that. So yeah, I got the sump pump and all the fittings and all that stuff set up. I think I have some of that in a different video I need to upload, which is why I need to do more live videos. The sump pump is kind of annoying. It's actually relatively powerful, and when it turns on, it spins because of the torque reaction from the motor. So there's this little float next to it, and I have a feeling that if I needed to use it long term, I would want to somehow affix the sump to the bucket, because there's certain ways that the sump can move that the float might get jammed up against the side and it won't operate correctly because it'll be stuck. So that's kind of annoying. It's currently under there unplugged. Now that I have that sewer line from the garage drained, I did check, and it seems that the shower is flowing, albeit relatively slowly. I think it's just a really crappy grade, because when you turn on the shower water, it's like just barely enough to get it flowing, but at the standing level of the water is like that much below the shower drain, which is kind of crappy. But I did pour a bucket of water down the sewer drain, or down the toilet drain, while the shower was flowing, and I didn't see anything come up, and that was a problem I was previously having. So I'm probably at the stage where I am going to just get it fixed up, replace the sewer line under the house. I have about 40 feet of trench to dig, which I'm super excited about. God, it'll take me another 2 weeks just to get through all that nonsense. But at any rate, so sewer project is coming along very slowly. The compost pile, I have a green yard waste bin that's full of probably half dirt, half turning, well, maybe a third dirt, a third turning into dirt, and a third kind of cardboard sticks and paper and other stuff like that. Ideally, compost needs to be moist, covered, and turned regularly. I don't particularly want to try to do it on the cement, even though that's not a terrible place to do it. I like having it contained, especially so that when I water it, I can keep it moist. Um, Honestly, I'd love to just take the whole bin and kind of empty it upside down into one of my trash bins and just kind of go back and forth like that. But the compost bin is bigger than the trash bin. So I don't know. Maybe I need to not use more compost than fits into a trash can. But I think if I haul the compost bin up my stairs, I can tip it over into a trash bin, and that'll get most of the fresh dirt on top, which when I wet down will help compress the old stuff, and also the worms will sort of get in there. So I haven't quite figured out stage 2 of how to process my compost pile, but it's becoming time to plant stuff. In fact, it kind of already has been. Maybe it's a little late. So I want to ask YouTube if you have any thoughts of stuff I could plant right now. Let me know. I do need to either build some raised garden or buy some more buckets or something. I don't know. I don't really want to put in permanent. Like if it was a raised bucket, I want it to be at least something I could pick up with a dolly or not like a pallet jack. I don't have a pallet jack, but something I can move around without it being such a headache, because I'm still not sure what I want to do with the backyard. If and when I rent out the garage, they're going to want to park their car back there probably. So I'm trying to kind of map out where the car is going to be, so where I can put permanent stuff. But yeah, the compost pile has been getting some amount of attention, but not quite enough attention. Going to be installing a awning, or not an awning, sort of like a canvas tarp for my car to keep the heat off it, so that it's not hotter than Hades when I get in there on a 90 degree, 100 degree day. In fact, oh God, I really got to order that damn thing, but there's so many things I want to buy. It's kind of killing me. I need to update my wish list. Man, I'm really glad this Streamlabs thing worked, because I was reading on the Google developing website how to figure it out, and it's giving me a headache. Oh, excuse me. So, solar project. Yeah, so the solar project is going forward. I have the panels, I got the cables, I got more cables, I got the connectors, I have the power inverter, solar power controller. The last thing that I really need is a deep cycle lead battery. I'm probably going to go absorb glass mat, AGM. I know there's nickel batteries and lithium ion. Lithium ion is super expensive. I guess nickel is pretty decent for solar packs, but it's also really expensive. I'm planning, it's not really a great plan, but I'm trying to plan on doing it a little bit piecemeal, to where, like I was thinking the other day, it'd be really cool if I got all the lights in the house on solar and I just like wired them directly to the system. So like there's not even that, it wouldn't even be that many lights in the house. It's like my room, the living room / kitchen. So my room, 2 bedrooms, living room, kitchen, bathroom. So that's only 5 lights. I could probably power, I can do the calculation right now. So if I have 200 watt panels, give or take, that's about 200 watts. Let's say I'm like, even at 20 watts per, what are these LED bulbs? Let me check. Oh, fuck that grease. Damn it. Oh. I was trying to put some bacon grease in a container in the freezer, and the damn thing was leaking, and I like spilled grease all over my floor all the way to the goddamn fridge. But anyways, I think the light bulbs I have, in fact, let me check. I really do want to figure this out. Check another one. Okay. So I just got some bacon. Kind of hungry. I was kind of in a pissy mood after dealing with my home warranty company. That's not my home warranty company anymore. 8.5 watts. But you really only need like one for the bathroom, maybe two for the other rooms. So two for my bedroom, two for the living room, two for the kitchen, two for the other room, one for the bathroom, and maybe one more just for the hell of it. That's 10. That's 85 watts. Wow, that's really crazy. That's crazy that one solar panel could theoretically light every single light in my house. Now, of course, I need the lights at night and not as much during the day. But if I have two solar panels, that's basically my lights all the time, forever, always. A little bit in the day and, a little bit at night. And not even that much at night because I'm only up maybe an hour or two before I go to bed at night, and then I get up and the sun's up. So other than the fact that I need light in my place, I really don't need that much. And come to think of it, if I put in two solar lights, the back room gets a lot of light, the front room not so much. So really I can just kind of do like sunshades in that room. But if I put a solar tube rather, which just takes light from outside and kind of pipes it in the house, if I put one in the kitchen and one in the living room, I don't know if I'd want one in my room because I need to sleep in, so I don't need that light blaring in. But if I put one in the kitchen and one in the living room, that takes out those two lights. So that means I'm only using light. And I could put one in the bathroom. The bathroom roof, actually the bathroom would work, but I would still want a regular light in the bathroom too. And I'm not even in the bathroom that much, so it's not really worth going to all that trouble. Which makes me think that it's not even worth wiring the lights up anyways, because if I get two solar tubes and that room has a lot of light and my room the light's not on that often, yeah, I really don't know what to do with this solar power. I have to be honest. I could charge batteries with it. I kind of want to get to where I can run my in fact, let me see how many watts this is again. So my hot plate is 1100 watts, and of course the watts is more related to the battery and the converter more than it's related to the power input. I can draw twice as much power for half as much time, or four times as much power for a quarter, because power is energy over time, not just energy, not just potential. um, Yeah, so if I think as a baseline, if I could use that hot plate to cook 2 meals a day, I would want my power system to be able to support using the hot plate twice a day, charging some batteries. I don't know what else. Maybe if I could run the crock pot for like 4 to 6 hours, that'd be kind of cool. So, I mean, I don't even really need that. But let's say if I could cook two hot meals a day or boil, I don't know, enough drinking water for a day with my solar power, that'd be really cool. And based on how cheap all this stuff is, like if you're not doing solar stuff now, I would definitely recommend it. Car update. Oh yeah, I gotta clean my MAF today, my mass airflow sensor. I don't mind waking up early, but it's kind of rough when you have a whole day and then you have to work a whole night after that. But I guess it's not terrible to be working. It's just hard to jam for 8 hours at home and then go jam for 10 hours at work. I mean, work's relatively easy, to be honest. Like I'm kind of relaxed. The only thing that stresses me out at work is kind of finding something to work on that's not annoying. Um, I don't always have enough of my work, quote unquote, the welding that I do, because the flow of parts at our department is it's complicated. Let's just say that it's complicated. So I don't always have 50 hours of my type of work every week, which means I have to either sort of invent work related to my type of work, like development, learning how to program the code for the machine better, stuff like that. Or I just kind of do stuff on the floor, kind of like my old job. So that's the only thing that kind of bugs me at work, and that and everyone's sensitivities have to be very careful with everyone's feelings these days. But yeah, what else is going on? Oh, I was looking at some motorcycles. I was looking at this one for $1,500 Yamaha. Didn't run, and I think he already took the ad down. I think he already sold it because it was kind of like a killer deal. But crawling under the house, I have to move my dryer every time I crawl under the house from the south end, which is closer to where all the sewer business is. Once I start digging and trenching, I'll probably come in from the north end, because it's a lot easier to get in and out. When I get in over this way, I have to remove the dryer. I have to crawl, like it's not the crawling part, but it's sort of a relatively small opening, and there's like a big concrete block that they demoed from somewhere in there. And there's a gas pipe overhead, so it's like really awkward to get in. Um, but yeah, I think I'm just going to replace that sewer pipe, and then probably at the same time, I'll try to fix some of the piping, um, the main sewer piping, which is also leaking. So it's just a lot of goddamn sewer repair, and it's not amusing me to think about it, which is why I've kind of put it off, and I'm like slacking so much on this project. But I just only have so much motivation to crawl under the house, and I really don't feel like you just get so filthy and dusty when you do it that you really don't want to like walk around inside your house or anything. In fact, I still need to buy a vacuum. I'm kind of on the fence between a cordless floor vac and a corded floor vac. I would be able to get everywhere with a cord. Cords are kind of annoying, but batteries don't last forever. I think I could vacuum the entire house on one charge, but I don't know. I guess it depends on the price. Anyways, YouTube, I think that's all for now. Just kind of wanted to cover some of the house stuff, some of the car stuff, job stuff's going fine. Um, yeah, I got my bike. My bike is in better shape now than it used to be. My front has kind of a slow leak, which is really annoying because, of course, slow leaks are hard to find, so I need to get a new tube for that. But I will probably go for a ride in a few minutes, get a little bit of exercise, then come back, mess around with some bills, accounting, try to close one of my. Yeah, I hate to close my San Diego County Credit Union account because I can use free ETMs everywhere, but it's so frustrating because they don't have local branches, so I can't really do anything. I think their closest branch to me is like 45 minutes away. So as much as I love going to ATMs anywhere, and I really do love that, I need to not. I'm tired of ATMs. I'm tired of people waiting in line. The bank waiting in line to go to the bank. The teller hasn't been so bad, but waiting in line for the ATMs, like, never in my life have I seen like 20 people waiting in line at a bank or an ATM. It's just insane to me. It's totally crazy. So, a lot of stuff going on in the news. Maybe I'll cover that in a different video. You know, the news is kind of always up and down. I mean, these days it's all coronavirus this, da da da. Couple forced to wear ankle monitors for refusing to sign quarantine documents. Disney bans eating while walking. Interesting. Kanye cracking? Oh, Kanye, don't crack. I love Kanye. Los Angeles mayor warns city on the brink of new stay-at-home order. Well, that'll be good for traffic, so that's lovely. Yeah, nothing I'm dying. Oh, Portland. I will talk about Portland real quick. picture of this woman lying naked in the street. Like, I don't understand how being naked and protesting go together. Never really figured that out. Unless you're protesting like for, I don't know. Put some goddamn clothes on. But so the feds have been sending unmarked vans into Portland because, excuse me, apparently Portland's been, dealing with all these protests. They're full of libtards. Not completely full. Oregon in general does have conservative people. They have relatively good gun laws. But yeah, Portland's always been full of weirdos in Oregon specifically. And yeah, the vans are just coming and swooping people off the street, and the mayor's like, oh, you gotta, or not the I don't know, the mayor, the governor, people in charge in Portland are kind of getting uppity about it, but I don't blame them. I don't blame them. You can't have thugs wandering around the street vandalizing stuff because they're offended. You want to protest peaceably? Remember, peaceably assemble. You can assemble peacefully. You want to yell at people, you want to hold a sign, fine, whatever. If you're standing in the street, you're not being peaceable. If you're physically accosting people, you're not being peaceable. If you're threatening people, like, I'm gonna blank, blank, blank you, or whatever, that's not peaceable. We have freedom of almost all types of speech, but there are some types of speech that aren't protected, and threats are definitely one of them. So yeah, Portland's getting a little crazy. What else is going on in my preps? I bought a little bit of food at the store the other day. I kind of need to clean out all my storage cabinets. Maybe I'll work on that today. I don't know. There's so many things I got to work on. I actually need to eat some of my grain preps in fact, I'll kind of show you here. But oh my God, I would really love my neighbors to not do that. It drives me fucking crazy. Like, what's the fucking emergency? You have to honk your horn. Fucking asshole. Oh, we're on the wrong way. And I'm sorry I don't have more light here. God, that is just super dark. Let me drag this somewhere. Oh, better. Is that slightly better? God, I don't know what is going on with this camera, but it's kind of... Oh, maybe it's because it's the front-facing camera. Yeah, this is impossible to see. But at any rate, I have some grains and rice and stuff in here that I bought at the 99-cent store over a year ago, and a lot of it's getting kind of old, so I've got to go through it, which is why I have the crock pot. I've never really cooked grain in a crock pot, but presumably people do, and you can, so that's going to be some upcoming experiments. It's just like some sausage and barley and rice and maybe some vegetables, and try to get some healthy-ish homemade meals going. Alright, well, I've done enough talking on this video. Time to get back to the house, time to get back to prepping, time to get back to getting all my life in order, which is not that out of order right now, but, there's always something to do when you're a prepper, when you're a homeowner, when you're when you bought there's always stuff to do. R&R is important, and I'm looking to purchase some kind of toy this year. I don't know, a motorcycle, probably not a jet ski. Sailboats are kind of a lot of work. I might rent a motorcycle this weekend. In fact, I think I'll browse that when I get back from a little break, because it's pretty affordable. And I saw one guy that had a bike near where I work, so I could park at my work garage, maybe take like a $5 Uber to his place, ride the bike all day, Uber back to where I'm parked, and then go home. So that would be super cool. So thanks for checking in. I know we didn't have a lot of people on the live stream. I think if I could live stream the same time every day, or have more interesting show and tell live streams, or I don't know. I need to work on my live streamness and viewer count. maybe I'll try to have a guest on and we'll schedule it and we'll announce it and stuff like that. My computer's a little bit slow. I don't have a webcam. I could probably host a live stream on my computer. I've never done that, so if anyone has ever done that and they want to show me how to do it, that'd be awesome. But till next time, stay safe, stay ready, keep everything in your life running better than I do, and keep prepping.